What's going on, guys? Thank you for tuning into this episode of Twin Finance. My name is Jackson. Today we're going to talk about the sectors of the stock market. Just run over what a sector is real quick. A sector is a group or a portion of the economy where all the companies in that sector, they have like qualities, they provide similar services, their goods or things that are of the same nature. So I'm going to run over the stock market sectors real quick, and before I do that, remember to like the video if you enjoy it, subscribe to the channel for more interesting videos like this one. So now I'm just going to get into the different sectors that are entailed in the stock market. So number one, you're going to have consumer discretionary. And it's not number one, this is just the first one that I'm going to go over. So discretionary, we'll just write that. So consumer discretionary, guys. So consumer discretionary means stocks more so that are they're going to do better in good times of the economy, and they're going to do worse in bad times of the economy, right? So you're probably wondering, like, what am I talking about there? So what I'm talking about there is like nice clothes, nice watches, things that, they're only going to do well. Nice cars, like automobiles are a huge one here, guys. Consumer discretionary, like when the economy's doing well, people are getting promotions in their jobs, the economy's taking off, everyone's getting new jobs, there's new money in the economy, like people are going to buy luxury things like a new vehicle, new cars, new clothes. But if the economy's tight, like in 2008 when people were losing their jobs and stuff, no one's going out and financing a new car. So that's obviously these stocks in a way are going to get hit worse in the crashes, because people aren't going to be giving them as much business. Their business and revenues are going to shrink when the economies go bad. That's the first one of the first sectors. So it's going to be consumer, and then it's going to be consumer staples. So consumer staples, same word, staples. So consumer staples are like grocery stores, things that pretty much it doesn't matter what the economy is saying, like they're going to have the same level of revenue. Like, for example, groceries, it's a consumer staple. If the economy's bad, people still got to eat. They're going to get that same level of business. It's in a way, these companies are essentially recession proof. Obviously, recessions, they can still get these companies. Nothing's really truly recession proof. But if we were to compare it to the consumer discretionary sector, you're going to see quite wide variances in the discretionaries through good times and bad. Consumer staples, they're pretty much always going to be right around the same. An example of a company, Procter & Gamble. They make like toothpaste, all those things of that nature. Pretty much anything you can think of that's pretty much entailed in those household goods and stuff like that they make. If you were to go back and look at their sales through the crashes, they've been around for a while. You're not going to see too much. They're not going to get hit too much in market downturns. Another sector that I'll get to, and there's 10 total, is utilities. So the utility sector, obviously you can probably just pick it up from the name. Utility sector, like water, gas for your home, things of that nature, right? Electricity companies, stuff like that. So an example could be Pacific Gas and Electric. That was the company that was in the Aaron Brockovich movie. That's a utility company. So there's companies that are obviously entailed in utilities for your home and things like that. Another one is the real estate sector, guys. So the real estate. So obviously from the name, you can tell what these companies invest in. And then this is going to obviously entail all of your REITs. So your real estate investment trusts. Your real estate investment trusts are obviously all going to fall into this sector. So REITs are trusts that invest into real estate. So obviously these real REITs are in the real estate sector, and they make up the bulk portion of that sector. Quick company, if you wanted to look them up, real estate investment company, Kimco Realtor, companies of that nature, guys. So you can look up Kimco, Ventus, all those companies like that. They invest in real estate. They're going to be in the real estate sector of the stock market. The next one is Telecom Services. So telecom. I'm just going to write telecom sector. Okay. So obviously these things nowadays, they're shrinking and stuff like that. Home phones aren't as big of a thing, but you still got to have in there, AT&T, Rogers, Canadian companies, stuff like that, right? So Cogeco, things like that. They're going to be your telecom companies that are going to be in that sector. These companies, obviously, they're going to be more so like the consumer staples, where, you know, someone, just because the economy went bad, you know, they're not going to cancel their home phone plan or like cancel their TV plan because, you know, they don't watch TV when the economy's doing bad. So obviously these companies are going to have some like qualities with the consumer staples. They're always going to kind of be around. But yeah, this sector as a whole has been declining in the last decade or so because new technology, things of that nature, are starting to phase it out. So obviously it's not as popular. So the next one, you're going to have your financial sector, and just from the name, I'm sure you can figure out what that's all about. Your financial sector is obviously all your banks, your investment companies, things of that nature. It's quite simple to figure out, guys. Basically anything in the financial field, if they're publicly traded, they're going to fall in the financial sector of the stock market. The next one, guys, is we're going to be in infotech. So there's an infotech sector. So obviously this is going to be your Googles, your Yahoos, all the companies like that, guys. So they're going to be providing information tech, browsing services, all that, things of that nature. Those are companies that are going to be entailed there. Obviously this is one of the sectors that's obviously newer than utilities, real estate, all these other sectors, right? You know, this sector came about obviously in more so recent years when you look at the history of the stock market. But yeah, so this sector is rapidly changing, and obviously you heard the tech stock bubble back in 2000. That was obviously the rage back in those days. So yep, that was in that sector. So the next sector is industrial sector. So the industrial sector, guys, is going to be like your things like your mining companies, your steel producing companies, your steel making companies, obviously things of that nature, your industrial stocks, your like all the things of that nature, guys. So you're going to have there's companies that produce products that are more so in the industrial side, you know, the companies that make windmills and things of that nature. So that's going to be that type of sector. That sector is it's been pretty strong. Obviously it's going to be around for a long time. It's been around since the stock market has been around. So obviously those companies, you know, they're long lasting, and those big names in that sector, they're typically not going to fade off anytime soon. Let's jump right into the next one. Sorry, I keep looking over there. I knew I was going to forget the name, so I wrote them all down so that I wouldn't forget any of them, leave them out in this video. So the next sector is energy sector. So one of the bigger names in this, obviously ExxonMobil. So like they just provide gas and oil for cars. They provide energy. That's how we get from place to place. We put energy in our cars. Well, we don't put energy in our cars. We put gas. We burn it to make energy to get from place to place, right? So these companies produce energy. So yeah, that's basically that sector. And let's just get. I believe I covered them all. Was that 10? Yeah. You just forgot one more sector, guys, and that's going to be the healthcare sector. So health care. Obviously you can tell by the name what this is going to entail. This is going to entail all your dental companies, pharmaceutical companies, even, you know, some of the new weed companies that are, you know, this marijuana stock rage. Obviously, you know, a lot of these companies, you know, they're producing this marijuana obviously for health purposes. So they're going to fall in this sector too. That's a sector that obviously more so like the hospitals and stuff that are in a lot of our countries and stuff like that, they're government owned and government funded. At least in Canada, that's the scenario a lot of times. So you're not going to see any publicly traded stocks for the hospitals around your area. But yeah, so this sector is just going to include dental, pharmaceutical, things that are going to obviously be for healthcare. So that basically wraps it up. These are the 10 sectors. We'll just run over them again: consumer discretionary, consumer staples, utilities, real estate, telecom, financial, infotech, industrial, energy, and healthcare. So basically, if you were to go out, pick any stock off the stock market, whatever stock platform they're trading on or whatever you use to view stocks, just go on there, pick a stock. You can just go through these 10 sectors and they're going to fall into one of them, guys. So that's basically, it helps sectors help define, you know, what industry is the company that you're looking at in, what's its competition, how's this sector been performing over time, how can I gauge its performance against other sectors, Is this sector expected to increase and grow in the future? Is it like the telecom service sector where it's been declining for a while, guys? So it's obviously, those are good handy things to know before you invest into a company or even an index of that nature. So it's good to just have that basis of knowledge before you make an investment. The more you know, the better, guys. So thank you for watching this video. As I said before, remember to like it and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.